Lope Jole Ssenyonyi leero akawangamudde mu Parliament anti olutalo.
This is very critical. I do understand that a committee can process a bill even in 1 hour. Forget about one entire day. But you see, that is in the event when there are no interested people as stakeholders to give input. Because you see, our law passing process is supposed to be consultative.
Can we look at that
right,
when you reach the bill?
But that's all right. Let me finish this, right, Honourable Speaker, and then you'll guide. So the reason I have insisted on this matter is because there were stakeholders who were saying we want to give our input. And you looked them out. That's the challenge. You can produce and process a bill in even 1 hour.
As of now, we don't even know which stakeholder was they interacted with.
I am a stakeholder, right, Honourable Speaker.
So what we need to do is to wait and hear which stakeholders they consulted.
Allow me to finish and then you rule, right, Honourable Speaker. I'm a stakeholder. My political party received the invitation at 8 a.m. saying come at 9 a.m. That's the National Unity Platform. We wrote to the committee and they received the letter requesting that this was very short notice. There's no magic we could do.
That is
and requested for Monday
that is on which bill
at 9 a.m.
Which bill now?
On the UPDF amendment bill.
Okay, let's first start with the
allow me to finish, right, Honourable Speaker.
Yes, Lord.
The committee received our letter. They did not write back to us. So as we were waiting to show up on Monday to present our views, over the weekend they were busy processing, writing a report. That's problematic, right, Honourable Speaker, because you see, we are supposed to be a people-centered parliament, meaning that the laws we pass, which should be for the good of the people, those people should be consulted so that they have their input. And by the way, you can end up disregarding the input of those stakeholders, but listen to them. You cannot disregard them and think it's okay. No, listen to them, and then you can disregard them. But when you don't give them opportunity to show up, you are violating our laws. Right, Honourable Speaker, finally, I was alarmed because you see, we seem to be creating and painting an atmosphere that regardless of what the views that come through are, this bill is finito. I saw with sadness the government chief whip late in the night. He was speaking to the media. He said we have met and concluded that this bill is going to be passed as is. That worried me because the government chief whip, who is our colleague here, knows that this bill, the UPDF amendment bill, was brought to this house by government. I had thought that as government chief whip, you would be interested in a bill that you have brought. I am raising it, I'm building it, right, Honourable Speaker. I had thought that as government chief whip, you would be interested in input of different stakeholders into your bill as government. But when you bring a bill, and then you say, we are going to pass it as is, regardless of any other input, regardless whether consultations have happened or not, that is problematic. That is outside the law. Right, Honourable Speaker, my colleagues, and I want to appreciate them, they make through the night to even put together a minority report. But what you are saying is that that is disregarded. Right, Honourable Speaker, procedurally,
where is the minority?
Is it all right that we sit here and pretend that we are processing a bill within the law, that we are capturing the views of all the other people, and yet not? Because we gave you the benefit of doubt to say, okay, let's partake in this process. But you have abused that because you're saying we don't care. And at night, the government chief whip says, regardless, we are passing it as it is. So why did you invite people? Maybe that's why you didn't even give them time.
Thank you.
Right, Honourable Speaker, finally, I am very hard-pressed, together with my colleagues, for us to sit here and participate in a sham process. And I'm calling it a sham process because it is pretentious. When you bring a bill here, you should give it time for people to have their input. But you are saying, we don't want your input, we are going to pass the bill as is. That's why, Right Honourable Speaker, you did not rein in on the committee to give adequate time to the stakeholders. That means this is pretentious, this is a sham for these two bills, the UPDF amendment bill and the political parties amendment bill. So, Right Honourable Speaker, myself together with my colleagues, We are hard pressed to participate in this sham process, so we shall leave you here to participate in your sham process, to process your bill, pretending that you are getting the input of the people of Uganda and yet not. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I will take my leave because I don't want to participate in this sham process. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. Honorable members, next item.
Item 4. Item 4 on the order paper.
Honorable members, you recall that on Wednesday, 14th May 2025, Honorable Nakut Faith tabled the private members' bill, the Political Parties Amendment Bill 2025 for the first reading. Yes, Jonah. Honorable members, can we have free sitting? Can we have free sitting? Justice.
Wow, oyo era okujolo Ssenyonyi bisekezi byo bwato bwagutandise. Anita Mongi, can we have free speaking? Can we have free sitting? Free sitting. Naye nga bagayenze bafulumye awo tutandise tuti. Bafulumye teri muzannyo. Babyefulumize. Bayina embundu baziteera. Bazikuba bazikyanga. Awo bafulumye. Kati ebigambo babyogedde. Tutandise tuti.
The Holy Spirit coming on the members of NRM to understand why they are in Parliament. They are not here to legislate from 7 but for the nation. Secondly, we don't process bills within $1 an hour. This is a controversial bill and the aim is to continue taking civilians in the court martial. Then there is this member of Parliament who is a disgrace from our voters from Nepak, Nakut. They don't understand the difference between iPod and the Political Parties Organization Act. So if you want to legislate on iPod, first bring the iPod bill here and make it a parliamentary a bill. It becomes an act of parliament so that we debate the same issue. But definitely, the major problem, and who are going to suffer most, even the soldiers in the army, are not interested in this bill. You will see them here in parliament. None of them will speak. There are 10 of them. So we need members of parliament from NRM to get the Holy Spirit on their brains and understand where they came to legislate, because it will boomerang on them. Secondly, I have been here at least for some time. All the sycophants here, they end up not winning. And Museveni will never help them back here. They lose. You ask Honorable Waruswaka, ask Simeon Subuga, so many of them. So the issue here is about legislation in interest of the people. We have not consulted our people. Actually, this bill should go even for a referendum. And at the end of the day, if they use their numbers, we shall go back for court redress to appeal to the same court which ruled on it. That's the Supreme Court. And that's what the law says.
And that's what you have as opposition as backup in case the law passes in its form and shape.
We are going to put our brains forward. We are going to raise our issues. We are going to debate, soberly, by the way. And we shall see who thinks is better than the other. Who is better than the other. That's all we need. But I am so worried about my fellow members who called me and said, yeah, the bill is bad, but Museveni wants this. Why? Why? They are all options, even in the penal code. They are all options that can be used to address those issues dealing with the civilians who commit such offenses that somehow, somewhere, look to be similar to those of the army. Why is Jamilu Mukulu in normal courts, not in a court martial? So all this will come to an end, come what may. But we are here.
Thank you. Let's What are your expectations?
Ebyo bye bibuuzo buli omu bye yeebuuza ku tteeka lya UPDF Amendment Bill 2025 Jole Museveni lyagamba kufaana butanyagwa alina okuliisa ne buli muntu alina endowooza ye gwe munnayuganda kigenda kuleka wa kino.
Is to make sure that political parties have no financing, or you get financing only if you are working with Museveni. Because the proposal in the Political Parties and Organizations Act is for you to be a member and participate, not just to be a member. If you're going to be a member of IPOD, you must participate. For example, recently Museveni was in Munyonyo with the DP and UPC. So you cannot just go and say, I am a member, and then walk away. So you have to sit on the same table with Museveni. So the intention is to make it difficult for the parties to go and access public funding. I think they may have realized that with the little public financing going into the parties are able to do some work. Because the population is very poor, it cannot fund parties like it is in Europe. I think they want to take that one away. So you have military clobbering you, you have no finances, you can't pay staff, you can't run a secretariat. The only clause they haven't put in the law is the reenactment of what used to be Article 269 in the Constitution 1995, which restricted political party activities at the headquarters. That's what Museveni wanted, that the political parties should not go and disturb people, they must be at the headquarters. So today you're not allowed to go. The funding is being taken away. The headquarters, when you have a meeting, are going to be sealed off. In simple words, Museveni is saying that the parties should no longer work because they disturb me. That's what this.
Embeera bwetyo bwekyali ku Palamenti ya Uganda n'etteeka lya UPDF Amendment Act.
Prime Minister, maybe you could answer why you have hurried with your work to bring in the House. Prime Minister. Right, Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members. Some time back I told you I'm one of the best performing Prime Ministers. So if I can produce work in such a short time, I want the leader of opposition to appreciate. That's what I can. Yes, Lord.
Honourable Speaker, it's very possible, by the way, that the Prime Minister does not even know the contents of the committee report, but she was very quick to rise up to defend.
Honourable
Speaker, I am on procedure. Legal Committee Chairman, Honourable Namuyango, I am on point of procedure. You're always absent here. You don't even know the rules.
Please.
Prime
Prime Minister, order. Honourable members. Honourable members. Honourable members. Let's have calm. Let's Law finish his statement.
Kale bwe bityo bwe biri tulindira ate ebigenda okubanga biddako. Be ready.